Today, we are going to be showing you luxury living on the golf course. We're here in Fair Oaks Ranch, and we're going to be walking you through 3 different homes to show you the different lifestyles you can have right here in Fair Oaks Ranch. Let's get after it. If this is your first time to our channel and you would like to know everything there is to know about living in San Antonio and its surrounding areas, make sure you subscribe or tap the bell for notifications to ensure that you are one of the first to be notified when we bring you new market updates. My name is Katie Powers, and my husband Steven Garza and I get phone calls, emails, and texts from people just like you every single day who are looking to make a move into the area. Whether you're 6 days or 6 months away from making that transition, we would love to hear from you. All of our information is listed below, and Steve and I would be honored to be your realtors of choice. Now let's dive in to Fair Oaks Ranch. Clearly, we are sitting on an absolutely gorgeous golf course. There are 2 here in Fair Oaks Ranch, and we are going to show you the different price points and homes, and you want to make sure you stick around to the very end for the map video, because we're going to show you just where Fair Oaks Ranch is located. We're just north of San Antonio and just south of Boerne. So you get the best of both worlds right here in Fair Oaks Ranch. All right, let's go check them out. All right, welcome to this gorgeous home. So as we mentioned in our introduction to this neighborhood, we want to show you all the different kinds of homes that Fair Oaks has to offer. This is a gated community, newer built home. This one was built in 2018 by Perry Homes. So it is going to feel much newer than the other homes that we are going to bring to you today. But you have a great entryway here with an office with the beams in. So they definitely upgraded that with Perry. It looks very beautiful. They also added plantation shutters to all of these windows. I don't even want to know what the cost of that was, but it shows really beautiful. You have 2 bedrooms off to the side over here with a Jack and Jill bathroom. Good sized walk-in closets. Carpet's actually in great condition for the age of the home. Usually you have to update carpet pretty frequently if you've got high traffic areas, but they did put the tile. This is ceramic tile that looks like wood floors. This floor plan's really great because it's 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. So you have your half bath right here at your entryway, which is great. Then you come in and it's really, I just like this floor plan. I just love Perry, let's be honest. You have your formal dining room. This is a massive dining room. Like that table looks so small and it's actually a very large table. If you have cats or small dogs, they actually have a cute little pet door there. That they definitely did after closing. I assure you, Perry did not cut through the exterior for that. But you have a great kitchen here. It's beautiful. Look at this very thick quartz. I mean, this is, they don't even put this thick of quartz in homes in 2025. So they did in 2018. But you have the white cabinets with the thick gold. These are really cool pulls. I like them. Big range here, gas range. It's definitely upgraded with your island. They even have an ice maker, I believe that's what this is. Yeah. So you have an ice maker. You're gonna see one later today that definitely doesn't look like that. That one's really nice. And then your dishwasher, but you just have a lot of counter space, plus your oven. The fridge apparently does come with this home. That's a really nice fridge. Typically in the state of Texas, fridges do not come or convey with the home. Some sellers choose to leave them. Now you have your eat-in kitchen. So you have a dining room across the way and then like a little eat-in kitchen here, and then a media room slash office. I mean, you can really use it. Flex room is probably the best way. You don't really call it a media room since it has windows in here. They definitely, if I had to guess, used it for some type of sports viewing with 2 TVs. Because I assure you, family movie night did not require 2 TVs, but I can see Steve and his friends in here watching 6 different football games at a time, right? So really cool little flex room. You can choose to use it however you want. They have added ceiling fans that, you know, your builder doesn't typically add. So that is a nice upgrade. On the other side of the kitchen, you have a little mud room plus your laundry room, and then your pantry. I wanted to show the pantry because, again, storage is very important in my book. And then you have your garage right here. This is a 3-car tandem. You really do want a 3-car garage in Fair Oaks because this plays for your golf cart area. To park your golf cart, you got 2 water heaters and a water softener in here. The floors are epoxied, lots of storage racks. But really, I mean, when you're living in this, you know, country club area, you're gonna put your golf cart here and then you'll park your cars here. This is going to be your attic space. Obviously the stairs pull down. You don't typically store a ton of stuff up there because in the state of Texas, it gets hot. So you can put your Christmas decorations up there if you want. But I always tell my clients moving here from out of state, if you have candles as part of your Christmas decoration, don't put your candles in the attic. You're gonna go and your candles are gonna be completely melted and you're gonna have wax all over all your Christmas decorations. So just make sure you don't put candles up there. All right, so we come into this beautiful living room on the other side of this gorgeous kitchen. You have a gas fireplace. And then you have primaries that way, right? On this side, you have a guest suite. So obviously extra storage, but this is a full bedroom with its own bathroom. Walk-in closet. So now we've shown you 3 bedrooms. Let's go take a look at the primary. All right, so we are in the primary. They definitely paid extra for the bay windows. I love the way the architecture looks when you put in those bay windows. The roundness of it's very beautiful. It's a big, big room. Feels very private for this neighborhood too, which is great. Then you have your primary bath in true Perry fashion with the tub right in the middle. I think that's Steve's biggest pet peeve. But in Perry fashion, you have 2 walk-in closets, his and hers with a really big walk-in shower. What do you guys think of this tile? I feel like they were trying to go beach mode. Just doesn't, there's a lot of lines going every which way. I don't think the guy who laid the tile got that memo. But it looks great. I mean, it does look good. It's just a little busy for my taste. Anyway, what do you guys think about it? Drop us a comment. Let us know what you guys think of this house so far. Let's go take a look at the outdoor living. All right, let's take a look outside. You have a great, huge covered patio. All the room for your entertainment needs. It even has a gas plumb out here, so you could add in your outdoor kitchen. This place is huge. Now, one thing I do want to point out, this yard is actually a really good size for this neighborhood. This is kind of at just a different location in the neighborhood.
to get, it's a 1/4 acre lot. Most of these lots are gonna be significantly smaller, not significantly, I should say like 0.19, 0.17, they're a little smaller lots, but you do have some really big, this is a big 1-story plan. So to even have this much backyard is a win. You could drop a pool in. The other thing I also wanna mention about this neighborhood, it is gated and you are on city water and sewer. So another thing that you need to know about Fair Oaks on some of the older properties, when you're on the golf course, you're gonna be city sewer and water. But when you go further out on the properties or the big acreage properties, you are typically going to run into having a septic tank. You will have city water, but septic is probably something that you will have on big acreage properties. For example, Steve's family owns 2 acres here in Fair Oaks Ranch, and they have a septic on their 2 acres. So they're on the older part of Fair Oaks. We wanted to show you this because there's really 2 to 3 neighborhoods here in Fair Oaks that are newer homes. They are all built out. You cannot get a brand new build, but you do have front gate at the front of Fair Oaks Ranch. You have this one and one across the street. So you do have 3 newer built communities. These are all Perry. Up at front gate, you have a mix of builders. You have some Perry, Ashton Woods, Scott Felder, I think is in there as well. So you had eclectic builders in there, but that is what we have for you for the newer part of Fair Oaks. Now let's go check out a golf course home. Let's go check it out.
All right, here we are on the back part of Fair Oaks, where a lot of these homes have acreage. Check them out.
All right, welcome to this beauty on the golf course. So this home has been completely gutted and renovated, as you can see. Beautiful, brand new double doors. You've got new light fixtures, new floors. We're gonna say new a lot in this home, but it's really beautiful. So you have a true foyer with your formal dining right off to the side. Pretty cool light fixture, I'm not gonna lie. It's like the designer knew my taste when they did this home. Everything is gold and white and beautiful. Big living room, beautiful fireplace, wood burning. Now look at this kitchen. Yes. I could not even tell you what kind of stone this is. It is very textured. I want to say it's like a leathered granite, but you've got the waterfall side. I mean, look how thick this thing is. This is gorgeous. Beautiful sink. They did my favorite color cabinets over here. So they look like these are stained, and maybe they haven't stained these, or maybe they're going with the light color. But you've got different color cabinets. Electric stovetop dishwasher. I love this butcher block. It's like super beautiful, but it's so porous. So it's nice that it's only in one section. So you have your granite for cleaning. You do only have one oven in this house. I feel like at this price point, you should get 2 ovens, personally. You don't really have a pantry because these older homes, they just didn't. But they do have these built-ins that they added in. That's so cool. I would have so many spices. I could fill that up. That's really nice. So really cool. Then your dining room is right through there that Steve already showed you. So really beautiful. What you want to see out here is, look, they're playing golf. It's perfect timing. It's a tee box, as Steve says. I know nothing about golf, so he should really be telling you about this. But this is one of the tee boxes on one of the courses. Fair Oaks has 2 18 holes, right? 2 18 holes. This is one of the courses, and obviously one tee box, but This is why you live on a golf course, right? The view, and people are golfing right there. So let's take a look. There's this really cute half bath. So you've got a little storage closet here. Take a look at this half bath. How cute is this? They really went all out. Look at the black floating, the black sink, and a black toilet. I really like when designers get a little creative on half baths because you can go a little crazy because it's such a small space. You have your bedrooms over here. So this house is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. So you have that half, but then you also have the Jack and Jill bathroom here. So you have a sink in each bedroom essentially, and then they share the tub. But great view of the golf course here. They even have a little built-in desk. Cute. Steve's gonna keep showing you guys the golf course because that's where he wishes he was right now. So cute sink. This is again that leathered granite. It's really pretty. And then you come in here and you have, this is funny, like a little linen nook with a tub that they tiled. I probably wouldn't have done this tile for children because I can just see it getting dirty, but it's actually a really cool optical illusion looking thing. So then you have another sink and then a closet. Opens into your 3rd bedroom. Now this bedroom is a little bit smaller, but it is facing the front of the house. So maybe a good office if you don't need it for a child. All right, let's go take a look at the primary bedroom. All right, so the primary is on the other side of the kitchen. The ceilings are heightened a little bit. Beautiful floors. You have a gorgeous view of the golf course as well as your backyard here, which is kind of cool. Lots of windows. Very bright and airy. And check out this bathroom. This is amazing. They gutted this place. I assure you, this is not anything like what it looked like before. So separate vanities, soaking tub for a child. I don't even think I could fit in that, but it is really pretty. Then you have a really nice walk-in shower here. And the stones they chose on here are really beautiful. What do you guys think of that glass? It reminds me of my dental office. I think I'm traumatized as a child because my dentist office had that. So every time I see it, I think of the dentist. But they have a lot of it here in Fair Oaks. It's a sign of the times. And then you have a nice walk-in closet. Because this house was built in '96, closets were like an after, I feel like in the 90s, like builders were like, oh yeah, maybe we should find a place for a closet. They weren't really a priority. So it's nice to have a decent walk-in. We don't have doors here, but I'm sure that's also to help show the home. But this shower is really great. I love it. Okay, so right on the other side of the primary, we have the garage and the laundry room. Laundry room with a sink. That's a nice upgrade. And then garage. Now keep in mind they are renovating, so all their tools are out here, but the garage is epoxied, which is nice. The cool thing about this is it's really a 2.5. So you have 3 bays, but obviously you can't park a 3rd car in here. This is for your golf cart. That's where your golf cart goes, okay? So you have a 2.5 car garage, water softener, water heater, the things that you must have in Texas. I also want to point out, if you haven't already seen it a million times while you're touring this home, you have a lot of little blue tape everywhere. Because they're renovating, they're just letting the contractors know there's some touch-ups that they want. So the tape does not come with the home. They'll remove it. I don't think I mentioned this little eat-in area here off the kitchen, but I love these light fixtures. What do you guys think? It's different, but it's like a really nice mesh of modern with old. I don't know, I think it's cute. And they added lights over the hood, by the hood. It's like the little things that just stick out, makes it cool. Let's check out this backyard. So you have a great covered patio. This is a great size covered patio. This yard is actually surprisingly large for being on the golf course. Typically, if you are on the golf course, you have much smaller yards. But this is at an angle, so it's got some really good space here. I mean, I would say drop in a pool. So what do you guys think? This one's a beauty. This one's listed at $895, so let's just call it $900,000. It's pretty typical for what you're gonna get for a golf course. It is a little probably smaller per square foot than what we've seen in that price point, but as you saw, they gutted this thing and put a lot of money. They painted the brick. I assure you this brick was not this color once upon a time. So they've put a lot of money into this home. I think honestly for the lot size, if you dropped a pool in here, you'd be over $1 million for sure. This is a great home. If you like it, if you wanna live on the golf course, give Steve or I a call. All of our information is listed right below. The whole point of this video is to show you all the different types of homes you can get in Fair Oaks. On the golf course is one of them. Let's go check out another gorgeous home with Acreage.
Okay, so we are here at Fair Oaks Ranch, best kept secret. We are here at the Fair Oaks Ranch Country Club.
This is one of my hangouts from when I was a kid. My parents moved us out here in the 80s, and this was my stomping grounds. Me and my brothers, we used to come up here to the pool. We used to play tennis. A little history behind the club. Fair Oaks itself was started in 1930s by Mr. Ralph Fair Sr. And then in the mid 70s, the family donated a piece of his ranch, which was a dairy farm and a granary. They donated a piece of the ranch to the public so we could create this beautiful country club. And so here we are today, and we want to share it with you. And so right behind us is the house, the original house of Mr. Ralph Fair Sr. and Miss Ralph Fair Sr. And so they have converted the original home, and they've added on over the years with different structures. But this is the actual original home that he lived in and raised his family in, and is sharing it with us today.
So they've converted this into the clubhouse. Now, you can join the country club when you live in Fair Oaks, and you get there's different packages. So you can choose that when you come here, but they have a restaurant here. The house has been turned into a restaurant and banquet rooms. So you can host things here, parties and stuff, but you can also come for brunch. Just a tidbit here, because we come here for brunch, and they have never-ending mimosas in the morning. And let me just tell you, me and my girlfriends enjoy some never-ending mimosas here. So this is a great place. Now I'm gonna pan around so you can see just how beautiful this little courtyard is that we are in. So you have the house and the restaurant behind us. And then as we move this way, you've got the starting of the putting range and golf course. Now, something about this golf course to keep in mind, this country club has two 18 holes. So it's very rare to have that in a country club, but you have two different courses that you can play on here at Fair Oaks Ranch. And then as we move a little bit more, you've got the pavilion, which is so great. You can rent it out, have some birthday parties there. And then as we keep moving, you've got the pool. They now added a slide. They didn't have that slide when you were a kid.
No.
That's a new addition, at least in the last 30 years. And then you've got another playground and sand volleyball court there in the back. So really just a great family experience. I know we've said this throughout this video, but if you're looking for a very family-oriented subdivision or suburb to bring your family to, this is it. Between the schools and the family activities that just the clubhouse alone puts on every single week, and in the summer they do a ton of activities, You can feel safe having your family here. It is a golf cart community. So everybody's driving around in their little golf carts around here, and we absolutely love it.
All right, welcome to Old Fair Oaks. This is gonna be an older home. Probably needs a really nice remodel, but honestly, the bones of this and the layout is actually pretty cool. As you saw, they have a gorgeous pond at the front. You can actually see from this beautiful picture window, and this is a great spot. You've got a beautiful pond right out here. Big picture window. This home was built in '85. So some of the things you're gonna see are gonna be totally 1985, but some of the other things are actually really forward and really progressive for the time that it was built, like these big picturesque windows, very high vaulted ceilings. This would be your living room. Steve and I were joking about, is this really the front door? Because there's a lot of double doors with windows throughout here. So really big area. Take a look at this fireplace. The hearth is huge. This is a really nice fireplace. This would warm up this room. You could burn some serious wood in there. So really big. Steve and I, it does seem a little dark in here because they're using all the natural light to come in. This time of day, it's not as great for natural light, but definitely some updates are needed. So you've got your formal dining here with your built-in buffet. This home does have 3 bedrooms. It's over 3,500 square feet. So not as many bedrooms, but a lot. It's a party house. This is a really cool entertainer's house. You also have your little laundry room here. I shouldn't say little, it's actually a very good size laundry room. In your pantry, well, maybe not a pantry. Oh, that's kind of a catch-all closet. That's really cool, actually. Those drawers are nice. Probably wouldn't get that. That's actually pretty nifty. So let's take a look at this kitchen. What do you guys think of this blue tile? I don't have words for it, to be honest with you, but they did update appliances here. Like you have 2 ovens here. So like think back 85, to have 2 ovens in 85 was actually very progressive. You have your gas range here. You don't have a vent hood because this is operating as a vent hood. That's a first for everything, right? You have your built-in fridge. Back in 1985, that was probably, you know, state of the art. It's making some pretty loud noises at the moment, but the architecture is really cool. Steve just showed you guys, there's lots of skylights in this house, which is really cool. But this is your kitchen into your eat-in area, so like your breakfast nook. I do want to show you, we're going to kind of go in a circle here on the back. I mean, this is a lot of blue tile. Like it's a lot. I feel like it needs a water fountain here or something. But you have a bar. So this feels very 80s, right? Like you have your automatic ice maker from the 80s. Probably, I don't know if it works, but this is really cool. You've got your wet bar. Needs a little updating. Okay, let's go take a look at the secondary bedrooms, but you do have a lot of natural light is what I really want to point out in here. The bones are good. So you've got bathrooms on either side. It almost feels like you're seeing double. This house has done this to me a few times. So you have, the bathroom is actually, the shower is actually updated. So this door to the hallway, but it also goes into the bedroom. And then you have another, it's very similar, they're identical to each other. So you have another bathroom on this side that has a tub, not just the shower. That's really the only thing that's different. And it is also attached to your 3rd bedroom. ton of different, right? Then you come back here and you have your garage. Here, so big garage with a little workshop and a golf cart-ish, little working mule. This is Fair Oaks at its finest. Extra storage space. This is a good garage, right? And then you also have an additional door out to the patio. Now let's go take a look on the other side of the home where the primary is. It is a split floor plan, but you do have these gorgeous skylights. It's really letting in. We don't have a lot of lights on, and this is very bright and airy. All right, so the primary is off the main living room. It does have an office. Like I said, it's a different floor plan. So you have an office and a half bath in the office. And then a really cool storage. I mean, I'm a big fan of storage. So anytime you can have extra storage, I'm all for it. But it's a good size office. But it is also, you walk through the office to get to the primary. But this is beautiful, like dated, give me some grace here. But look at the bones. I mean, you have beautiful vaulted ceilings. You have a gorgeous fireplace. I mean, this fireplace is so big, this would almost make this room hot. It's so big. You have a door out to the patio or out to the pond. You have these massive, big, picturesque windows. And you're sitting on over 5 acres here. So you have a solid acre to acre and a half on the front when you're driving in. So you don't hear road noise. You feel like you're in your own private sanctuary here with all of these gorgeous trees around you. So you have 2 closets here, one on each side, his and hers, with the same mirror on both sides, just in case. You have a really cool skylight. They have these throughout the whole house, but it's just the architecture is really cool. It is sunny in Texas most days, so to have those skylights are great. You have a very big soaking tub, a shower that is, for its time, pretty big. I mean, most of those 80s homes, you guys see the little showers, you can barely move. We have one seller who was very tall because I could not. This is very high. And then you have hers over here with a little vanity. So dated, but honestly, this isn't terrible considering the rest of the house, right? That blue tile is something else. So that is the square footage for this home, but let's go take a look at the outside living because this is what is gonna sell this property. All right, come take a look outside. This is beautiful. So they clearly didn't want pools, they put ponds, but you've got koi fish all in here. It's very peaceful, absolutely serene. You have this amazing gazebo, outdoor kitchen, outdoor fireplace with a gas starter, plus your kitchen over here with the sink. This is great. This is beautiful. This one is listed at 1.175, so 1.1, let's call it 1.2, let's round up. It is over 5 acres, so 5.6 acres. It just keeps going and keeps going and going. And then you also have the front, which we're gonna take you around to the front. I wanna show you those ponds too. But really private, this is Old Fair Oaks. You could take your, like they had a little workhorse or a golf cart. It is off Rail Fair Road, so it would make me anxious to drive a golf cart on Rail Fair Road. But this is Old Fair Oaks. So you are 5-10 minutes from the actual clubhouse where all the facilities are, but you do get access to that from being in Fair Oaks. This would be honestly a huge investment that would pay off over time. Over 5 acres in Fair Oaks is only going to increase. 3,500 square feet is a lot of square feet. Floor plan's a little weird. You could probably do some redesigning, but honestly, this is a beauty. You're gonna see a lot of 80s and 70s, mostly 80s and 90 homes in Fair Oaks. Some are updated, some are not, like you guys have seen from this video. So overall, your investment is safe in Fair Oaks, but you also get all of the great amenities. So why don't we go take a look at all of those amenities so you can see just how awesome Fair Oaks Ranch is. Okay, so before we go check out those amazing amenities, I forgot I wanted to show you guys this little pond. Got your storage for firewood right there. We've got this very peaceful little pond out here. And I do want to point out, this is your driveway. It does wind in from the street. So even when you're coming in, you feel like you're coming into like money. So when I drove in, I go, oh wow, this is beautiful. The house is very beautiful. The stone is very Texas hill country. So beautiful stone, plus you've got your metal roof. I mean, when you drive in here, this place is a wow. The interior needs some love, but really beautiful pond, very serene. You've got some really bright orange koi fish in here. Really beautiful. And they have an overflow that would be filled with water as well. Over a little further out, you can barely see, there's a gate there. So there's an additional gated area. I would say a dog run if you wanted goats. I mean, you can really do whatever you want out here. It's your 5.6 acres for you to do with. So that is what we have for you, this house. Let's go check out those awesome amenities at the Fair Oaks Ranch Country Club.
All right, so now you've seen all the beautiful different types of lifestyles you can have at Fair Oaks Ranch. Now let's dive into the map so you can kind of see where it's located and why this location is so prime and sought after. Let's dive in. All right, so here we are on a map. As you can see, you have San Antonio as a whole. You have I-10, which is this main freeway. Now, interesting fact, if you don't already know, I-10 goes all the way from California to Florida and is east to west. However, in San Antonio, it is north to south and then jets out east. But just some food for thought, because usually you hear, or you do hear I-10 referred to as east and west, and it is east and west in San Antonio, but it is actually going north and south. Anyway, there's your history lesson on freeways. So Bernie is located right here. This is one of the top suburbs of San Antonio, and it is really just 15 minutes into your north part of San Antonio. Really everything that you could possibly want in San Antonio, to be honest with you, as far as shopping and restaurants, is located right here at the 1604 and I-10 corridor. There's a lot of construction going on, but by 2026, you're gonna have an amazing overpasses. We should have a lot less traffic and buildup and lane closures in that area by next year. They are working very diligently on it, and it is looking amazing. So we have the Rim right here. You have La Cantera right here, Fiesta, Texas as well. All of these things make this area super popular. There's also
lots of restaurants and bars. One of my favorite restaurants, Postino, is located right here in the Rim. So lots of great restaurants and shopping in this area. Fair Oaks Ranch is located really in between San Antonio and Boerne. This grayed out area right here is Camp Bullis. So it is a military base. Nothing can be built there. So Fair Oaks is really just north of Camp Bullis, and very easy access. So you are 10 minutes into North San Antonio, you're about 30 minutes into downtown San Antonio. And I do have a client who lives in Fair Oaks who travels all the way down to Boeing, which is here. So if you do want to travel down, if you work at Lackland Air Force Base or Port of San Antonio, you can travel that from Fair Oaks and just come either 10 down and 410 or 1604, whichever way you choose to go. But that is going to be about 35 to 45 minutes without traffic. If you're hitting traffic, it will take you longer. But overall, Fair Oaks is a great location. Most of Fair Oaks, well, pretty much all of Fair Oaks goes to Boerne ISD, which is a very sought after school district. And then you are taxed Bexar County. So it's kind of interesting the way you're not taxed Kendall County, but you are taxed for the school district and then Bexar County. So your taxes in Fair Oaks are going to be around 2.2 to 2.3. That's pretty common and pretty average for what you see in the area. Now let's dive in a little closer so you can see some other things that are located near Fair Oaks. They did just add in a HEB. So now you have a grocery store located right here. So you have an HEB that's brand new right here in Fair Oaks, right here off I-10. And then you have another grocery store right here in Leon Springs. You also have some restaurants. Papa Nacho is a Mexican restaurant. Steve and I go with his family in this area. They are building one closer to Fair Oaks off of I-10, but there is one right here. There's also a really great Italian restaurant. Interesting fact, this HEB has a lot of solar panels on it. Steve and I realized that when we were getting some drone footage for you guys. So lots of solar panels on this HEB fueled by our beautiful sun, which is kind of cool, but really close access. So I mean, you're 5 minutes to this HEB, maybe 6 minutes to this HEB. You're about 10 minutes to downtown Boerne, which is great. You can also take these back roads to go 46 if you want to head into Bulverde that way. But majority, you're really just going to use I-10 for all things. Inside Fair Oaks Ranch, you have, of course, the country club, which we brought to you and showed you, but there's also like a coffee shop. So as you can see in Fair Oaks, you do have the country club right here. So a little bit further down Fair Oaks after the country club, you do have ice cream shop and coffee shop in this area right here. Some little businesses as well. So you don't have a lot of businesses in Fair Oaks. It's predominantly residential, but you do have that cute little ice cream shop. And from what I hear, they do have a liquor license, so you can put alcohol in that ice cream as well. I have not been there to try it, but I have been told some really great things about that ice cream shop. So you got ice cream for the kids and ice cream for the adults all in one location. Again, I do want to remind you, this is a golf cart community. No, you cannot drive your golf cart to HEB. However, you do have everything else right here at the country club to play with. You do have a restaurant on site. So that is something that, Steve and I love to do on the weekends when we hang out with his family, is we go hang out at the restaurant, get some dinner, or we'll go over on Saturday morning and get some bottomless mimosas and some breakfast and just kind of hang out in the beautiful courtyard area. It's absolutely stunning. It is growing. So what we're noticing is people like Steve's parents who have been there from the beginning of Fair Oaks are starting to turn over. You are seeing a lot more younger families come into the area. And as you can see, home values are going to range anywhere from upper fives, really 600s, up to 2 million. Just depends on that acreage and the size of the home. But there are a lot of people even buying some properties that are a little run down and completely getting rid of them and building brand new homes on those acreage lots. So lots of opportunity, lots of growth in the area. If you are interested in learning more about Fair Oaks Ranch and being a part of that country club and purchasing a home in the area, give us a call. All of our information is listed below. I know we say it 17 million times in this video, but we mean it. We would love to hear from you. If you felt that this video was helpful, if it was something that you didn't even know, we were answering questions you didn't even know you had. If this type of lifestyle is something that you're interested in, give us a call. These numbers are our cell phone numbers. So whether you call me or Steve, we are happy to help and hear from you. Drop us a comment if you found it helpful. If you have any additional comments that you hope that we would maybe hit on the next video, let us know. We'd love to hear your feedback. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys on the next one.